Hey guys, Rebel666 checking in with you today. I just wanted to do a little quick walkthrough of the room that I've set up to have most of my things set up. Now, what you'll see today is a vast majority of what's on display, funny enough, but there is a lot of things packed and stored as well, and all the PS4 stuff is stored elsewhere also. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at sort of what's sort of floating around and what you get to see a bit more of. And I guess one thing to note is it's going to be a very quick walkthrough. I mean, it goes for about 20 minutes. I've just sort of put that together as well. But I want to do in-depth videos on kind of things that I like and that maybe you guys like as well. For me, it's just fun showing someone that actually enjoys this, all of this stuff, because I don't really have that many people close to me that care about it as much as I do. So it would be good to see your feedback and what you think, and if you spotted something that I didn't really like go into or explain, or you want to see it more or anything like that. Happy to do a little video, or sort of pull it out and have a bit of a play with it. Anything that's sealed I can't unseal, so I can, but I would cry for days and days and days. But I guess it's just a little bit of a brief overview of sort of what's around and what you get to see in the coming sort of days, weeks, months, and maybe have a look at some different games on the impressions that we'll be doing as well. So sit back, relax, check it all out. You'll probably have to pause the video and go back and forward a whole bunch of times. So there's just it's very, very cluttered. I've only got a very small space that everything's actually in at the moment. So if there is anything that stands out and you think's cool and you want to see it more, like I said, comment or let us know, and we can certainly have a look at giving you a bit of a better look at it as well. I'll try and dig out some of the stuff that has been put away, and as you'll see also shortly, that there's a lot of my main thing at the moment is shop displays and promotional stuff and just things like that. So even just sort of floating around behind me, I've moved it all now, but all the old Christmas stuff, so it's early Jan now, but all the Christmas stuff that was just on display at all the local stores, love to pick it up. Have a little PlayStation Christmas area at Christmas time, so just picked up all that stuff. But I will go through, and there's only so many walls that I've got to put display posts on at the moment, so once I get all those out, I'll lay those out nicely and give you guys a bit of a look at it. But that's pretty much it. Enjoy the video, and let me know what you think. So I'm going to basically start in one point and work my way around. So behind here is probably the messiest and most disorganized area of all. So here is more my workspace, day to day, which I put on my artworks and old promo posters. So there's a couple of Resident Evil ones. That's the original Resident Evil. Scroll a little bit further over here. That's the old Resident Evil Survivor, number 5. And that's 7. There's heaps of reflection off that one, so I'm gonna go wander around here. This little corner here is where all my other collectibles go, so I don't really have too much room. This is just general workspace, so it's day to day. Got my kind of little guys up here. Got an unboxed Kratos. That was a little bit of a shame to have to do that, but I ended up with 2 of them, so that's how that came to be. Couple little collectibles here. Got a Drake and a Lara. Can't really see in the box there. That's the golden Crash figure. 500 million control, and then over the other side there is the equivalent headset. There's so much light coming from everywhere, so I'll wander back here. That's that one. So this light is originally from a I'm going to assume an old kiosk. Would have sit on the top. I was told that it came from a shop in Melbourne that was obviously used for displays and whatnot back in the day. So that's an original PS1 display, that one there. So then on this side, this one here was a custom built box. The actual sign came from an old Video Easy shop, so that's it's pretty cool. Chucked a light set behind that. All of that's good to go. So heading into the main area, ignore the crows, they were from a birthday party. So that's basically the extent of kind of PS2 titles, and there's a couple of PS3 stuffs in there as well. The very top of this shelf is all Resident Evil figures. So very big Resident Evil fan, as you'll come to see. That will be way too dark here because it's in the opposite of the light. That's the Chris. And a couple more figures there. So I'll go the rest of this top shelf out of the way of these crows. It's a zombie figure. It's the Resident Evil 6 box set. Hunter Pop. So I've kind of run out of room for things, so things are kind of in all over the places. So I guess one of the easiest things to look at is the PSP collection. Now I'm going to go through all this stuff individually as well, so just to give you a bit of a walk around tour for now. That top row up there is PSP titles. This here is the PS2 promo title. There was another one that's floating around somewhere. I only got a couple of those guys, so they're kind of separate. Not everything is in order. These two guys need to go back on their list. Everything else is relatively in alphabetized order. So starting kind of here with Dot Hack being the very first, numbers, and then we move along, moving in obviously to PS2 stuff here. So that's that lined shelf. Now these two Sackboy figures we have go in my other recording area. So a couple of loose bits and pieces here also. Some Japanese PS2 titles, NTSC-J titles, and the remainder of PS2 titles on this shelf and the next. And we'll go through all this in a lot more detail as well. Just what's there, what's kind of rare, what's not, what's kind of common. As we get a little bit lower, the lighting becomes a little bit more horrible. So at this point here, we start on PS3 titles. So PS3 titles are split between here and the other room with all the PS4 stuff for day-to-day use. This bottom shelf here, which you really cannot see due to the extremely poor lighting, is the remainder of the PS3 titles, and also Japanese PSP titles. There's kind of all bunch of wonderful things in here. Moving further on to a little bit more lit area, we've either got no light or reflections of everything. Our Resident Evil 6 you can't see at all. That's an old promo poster. That's the floor. Good old Tyrant, another party decoration. So here's kind of where the main recording starts. If I flick that around a little bit further, get these crows out of the way. So that's boxed PS1, PS2, all in fairly good condition. I mean, I've kind of come across a fair few of them, so I'll hang on to the best one. So the pocket station here is brand new, has never had its little tab pulled out of its battery, it's never been used. Unused memory card and controller, pink console, Japanese game I can't remember the name of at the moment, box set for PSP, Doomfig, Disney Think Fast, another one of those like Buzz type games. That there is a custom console, which you might have seen in some of our other videos that we were doing heavily in the past. This is a pink one. It's not connected, this particular one, but I can boot some of those up. I've got a few more floating around as well still. What else is on this shelf? This is kind of cool. Brand new and sealed. It's a urban camo, if I can flick that back properly, trying to get some light on it. That's just a normal PS3 console. Resident Evil 4 promo poster. PS2. Here we obviously have the man of the moment. This is one of my favorite things I've come across, to be very honest. Really big, really heavy. I'm kind of limited for space too, so I do ignore that. So you kind of got, I'll do a proper video on this separately as well. So this is the, that's a dummy console, there's nothing at all in that. And then in here, you cannot see at all, but that's a PlayStation 3 test console debugging unit. So close him up there. And the other shelves, turn that the right way. Got the PS3, PS4 units. And then kind of, I'll get out of that reflection a little bit as well. Kind of starts on my Resident Evil stuff. There's Resident Evil stuff kind of everywhere. Another one of the custom consoles. It's kind of a cool one. Got a couple of they were meant to be planets for the windows, and windows is the word I'm looking for, at the top. So a little dusty from what it looks like, yeah. PS4 20th anniversary with the icon lights on top. Couple more pop vinyl figures. That's a mint or spearmint? Mint. Green PSP, that's a NTSC J unit. I mean, those things worked worldwide. The only real difference with that was it circle was to progress and cross went back, or X if you will went backwards. So PS2 unit buzz pack, kind of rare, haven't really come across too many of those in my travels. Some more pop vinyls on the floor here. Now over here, this is my little dog, for again props for a party. So here is all strategy guides and art books. The lighting is horrible there, but that's okay. If I turn that down a little bit, does that help? Tiny bit. Strategy books, and they're collector's editions of Jack. I'm still awaiting a couple in the mail, so we'll do some videos on those when I do have those as well come through. G29 wheel, that's amazing, that thing, awesome. I will do a thorough video on all of this stuff because there is so much stuff to go through, and some really cool, really obscure, unique things too in the in my little Resident Evil bit. So I'll flick that around a little bit. This lighting is going to be horrible for you again. I do apologise. Go up a little bit. You kind of can't see too much, but there's some figures in there. I'll pull everything apart as well. Another custom console. This is more the Resident Evil one. Stuck on the thing, but one of the games is in there. That's actually the NTSC J copy of Biohazard, not Resident Evil. Of course, being the same thing, so that's what's sitting on top. Official set of mansion keys, RA2 medallions, and much better lighting up here. So if I flick that like that, got some figures in the background. That's the Resident Evil 7 Collector's Edition. These little figs, they look kind of big, but that's my hand to give you a comparison. They come with a little bit of chewing gum from Japan back in the day. You had to spend like 30,000 yen or something and meet a couple of qualification criteria to get these little dudes. So they're fairly uncommon. Again, I'll go through all of these properly. You can't really see the figures at the back just due to the lighting, so I'll pull all this out properly. And then top shelf items over here. I'll get this out of the way because that there is actually I think they referred to it as a 20 million or 50 million units sold. And they made this, it's called Aqua Blue from memory. The exact name escapes me at the moment, but 2 controls. It does have a stand which may not be there or I may not have. So either or. Boxed pink guy up the top. Another boxed PS3. Some promo stuff up the top. You will see that I love my promo stuff. More props are in here. This is actually a Christmas present recently. This one is amazing. Wanted this for ages and finally come across one as a gift, which is really cool. That's the chainsaw control. Resident Evil 4 for PS2. Now this light may be blinding, so I'm going to flick that up a little bit. So this is the PS1 area. At the very, very top, got up rather than down. So that's more. This was some promo stuff from the shops back last Christmas, but last being 2018, and then we've got the big Spyro on the side there as well. A couple of old Crash Bandicoot, well not old, the plushie is old. He's circa 98 from memory. The cup's relatively new. Resealed console. This is a memory card, you can't really see that it's actually something different. That's Japanese, as is the control, box control. And then titles obviously align the rest of the shelves. These things are really cool. I might have to do a little Crash Bandicoot one as well. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but these are Tarzos from way back in the day. I don't even think they were released anywhere but Australia, so that's probably something new for anyone looking from overseas. PS1 titles. Turn this down a little bit as we go. It's full on, but that's okay. So that's just a NTSC-J loose console that I had, so it kind of looks cool just sort of sitting there. Multi-tap in his little box, the black controls, couple of black memory cards. Let's turn that towards there. Oh yeah, fighting stick at the back there. We've got Alice from Bendy. Now this doesn't allow me to do that. No, that's not good. That's alright. Next couple of shelves are more so just games anyway. Boris from Bendy. And the final shelf of games, if that allows me to look at it. Kind of. That's the remainder of the games. And then we have the pile standing upright are NTSC-J titles. A lot are complete with their obi strips and everything. All of the games that I have, every title is complete with manual, box and everything. The only thing that may not be complete is obi strips with the PS1 titles that you see there. Classic console, the Namco control, boxed obviously, and then Point Blank, and there is my NTSC-J console. So it doesn't really come through here, but those boxes are actually green. I don't know what you guys are in America. I haven't looked for some time, so that's everything is in green there. It's a little bit weird, different I guess. And then find some footing, spin around here. That's blinding now. I don't really have the best lighting here. My little Sackboy shelf. So that's where those other Sackboys usually live. That there is the pop vinyl figure. So right now we're on the other side of that PS1 kiosk sign or shop sign. Some more Crash Bandicoot stuff and a little bit of memorabilia up there as well. Further down, some Kratos statues. He's a little bit dodgy and broken. The big tall guy's really old. He's from, I think number 2, if not number 1. That's the most recent God of War collector's edition statue. A couple of Black Ops guys. One's at the back there. You might be able to see him. There you go. Some little Crash CTR. What do you call them? Pop vinyls. There's some more there. Some old SingStar / Buzz stuff. I guess this is kind of cool. I don't know how well the lighting's going to go down here. If I get to kneel here, maybe if I go back a little bit. So these are box controls, obviously. The navigation and move unit. You cannot see anything of that. And that's no better. So that's the berry control. Berry blue. Crystal gold. Now you're looking at complete black, so that's no good either. From up here is a little better. That's just kind of the PS4 controls, and then further on the bottom is some more Buzz stuff. And you know what? That's kind of it. There's only really one more shelf, which is a bit of an ad hoc one. My PS4 is turned off in the background. So if I go around these crows again, and then up here, this is the vast majority of my pop vinyls. I just have to swing this rather than actually go around. The other way. We got Kratos, some Horizons. That there is very cool. Might actually pull them down to see. And all the Crash Bandicoots that came out. And then on the back of this as well, so if we go like this, got to watch out, I'm not getting everything over as well. A couple more box sets up the very top. That is a black PS2 gun. Some not really gaming pops as well up here. What else up there? Some Star Wars guys and whatnot. And then the rest of the gaming stuff sort of starts here. Some Mass Effects, and I was really into Bendy for quite a while, so there's heaps of like Bendy stuff around. That's the box set for RE7. So that's kind of it. But I guess if I can get back a view from over here, this is my favourite. Is the artwork. So there's heaps and heaps and heaps of posters that I literally don't have any room for. That are basically rolled up. You'll probably be able to see those on the floor there somewhere in the middle of your screen now. But yeah. Alright, so now you've just had a good look around through everything. What do you think? Let me know. Put it in the comments down below. If you saw something that you wanted to see a little bit closer, as I said before you had a bit of a look through, let us know. Happy to do some extra videos and give you guys a bit of a further look at things. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. It's nice to show people this stuff, rather than sort of just living in the sort of back corner of my house and no one really gets to enjoy it. So it's pretty cool to like share that with you guys as well. Do let me know if you have something that you think is part of an integral part of a collection or something like that as well, as I might have mentioned earlier. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching, and have a look next time.